Hans shot first. It is a great day. CMMG came out with the DL-44 blaster chambered in .22 long rifle. Now I know this is not a C96 broomstick Mauser. I get that, but this is kind of like their M4 with a really cool Cerakoting job, and a lot of detail has went into this pistol. Now, if you're a movie geek or a sci-fi geek or a Star Wars geek, I like the movies. I've seen them all, probably a couple of times, but you know that they used the C96, and the scope that they actually had on there was actually offset to the side. They had some old machine gun parts that they actually welded on the end of that movie prop to give it the look like no other look of any pistol in any of Hollywood. This is probably the most recognized pistol in all of Hollywood. In Star Wars, it's probably one of the most famous sci-fi movies of all time. Harrison Ford, I'm a huge fan of, I guess not personally because I don't know him personally, but as an actor. And there wasn't a bigger male actor from the 70s, 80s, and 90s than Harrison Ford. You had all the Star Wars, you had some of the Indiana Jones, well, I guess all the Indiana Jones. You had movies like The Fugitive. He was just everywhere in Hollywood. And for CMMG to come out with the DL-44 blaster to kind of like pay tribute to that firearm in Star Wars, I think it's pretty cool. Now, I will tell you one thing about this firearm. It does come with 3 10-round magazines, but Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 magazines work in it. So that's what I'm gonna be shooting some of. And I've got on here just a 1-Pyre Leupold pistol scope. And a lot of you have never seen me without a hat on. This is what my hair looks like under my hat if you didn't know. But so there you go, there's a little secret. I will tell you one thing. This thing is heavy, okay? It's real heavy. After you put about 25, 30 rounds through it, you can feel the weight. I would probably say this weighs in probably about 4.5, 5 pounds with the scope, but it is pretty cool. I know you guys are dying for me to shoot some tracers. So we got some green tracers here. See how these things work. Let's go out to 100. Whew, all right, those are some green ones. Here's some pink ones. All right, those are all out. It's never recommended to shoot tracers through pistols, which this is what this is considered, because you can see a little bit of the back explosion, but it is pretty awesome. I've got a little cantilever mount here to make it look as traditional as I possibly can. I even bought the whole Han Solo giddy up here on the Amazon. So I love really cool niche firearms, especially when they come to movie props and things of that nature. You do have a little cool pick rail right here on the rear. So if you wanted to put a brace on it, you can, but in the movies, you know, Hans was shooting it like this right here and he didn't need no brace, so I'm not gonna need one for the video either. All right, let's see if I can run the musical targets. And by the way, in the intro of this video, you heard a very, very poor rendition of the Star Wars main theme song. That was actually at me out here on the musical targets, and I kind of like spliced it in. It sounds awful. I don't have the right octave scales to make it work. I used to play the piano. This just didn't work. I didn't have the right octave, but anyways, I'm making excuses. So if you laughed about the intro song, that was me on these musical targets. So one thing about the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 magazines, they will not stay Well, the action will not stay locked back on the last shot. With the CMMG, the action does stay locked back on the last shot. And I think these right here, these are some old school CMMGs, so these should lock back on the last shot. All right, 4-inch plate. I'm gonna try it. This thing is heavy. There we go. So it takes a while for me to hit it. The scope isn't set exactly. I'm having to aim probably about 3 inches to the right and about 3 inches high to hit it. And the crazy sight to bore ratio with this scope, yeah, it's I'm a little ambitious shooting this thing. I can't believe I can actually hit anything with it. But it does shoot really well. It runs just like all CMMGs, the MK4, which I've done videos on. These are very reliable 22s. Well, and I say that and I get my first malfunction. All right, second malfunction. All right, she's getting dirty now. Maybe this magazine. This is the first time I've actually tried this magazine. All right, let's go with the M&P. That magazine is really old. I didn't know if it would work or not. Let's go with this M&P here. All right, 75 yards. All right. Woo, she gets heavy. I just shot a lot of ammo. What, 3, 6, 9, 12? I probably just shot about 140, 150 rounds of ammo through this thing. That was definitely a magazine issue. That's an older magazine I've had, and I've probably had problems with it before this. But the DL-44 blaster, if you are a collector, which I am, and if you're a movie nut like I am, it's a no-brainer. The pistol runs, it's great, it's heavy, it looks cool, and it's on a lot of people's wish list. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and remember, may the 4th be with you.